Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're going to be playing some top ladder with a Goblin Giant Sparky Fisherman deck. This deck is one of the best decks in the game right now. It was used a couple of times in CRL. I see it in top ladder all the time, like top 200, top 100 even. It just synergizes so well because this Fisherman pairs so well with the Sparky. I made a video on a deck like this a couple of weeks ago, but it didn't have the Fisherman in it, and a lot of you guys wanted to see a Sparky deck with the Fisherman in it, so that's why I decided to make this video. It's so good in ladder and grand challenges, just all around it's good in this meta. So I'm at 6,600 right now. I was able to push up a lot since last video. As you guys know, last video I was at like 6,400. We pushed up 200 trophies. We're about top 600 right now. If you guys didn't notice, my voice is probably a little different to you guys. It's because I'm a little sick. I did take medicine. I still think I'm playing well in my opinion, so I decided to still make a video today because I didn't want you guys to have to wait until Thursday before I had another video, since I make one every other day. So this video will probably be a little shorter, maybe only 20 minutes, because I don't know, like, we'll see how I feel, but I'll try to make it as long as possible. Maybe I'll decide to make it only 20 minutes instead of my normal half-hour videos, but at least you guys still enjoy the video nonetheless. And yeah, and still enjoy the deck, because I know a lot of you guys wanted to see this deck. Alright, so guys, we found our first game here. We're playing against Lemon Tree, and he's actually a level 12. I'm gonna give him the well played, because to be honest, that's pretty good that he's... Yeah, I mean, we're like top 600 right now, and we're versing a level 12, so pretty impressive, to be honest. I know how hard it is, because I had a level 12 account. One time, I got to 7k as a level 12, and that was such a long grind. It's really difficult. You're at a disadvantage. Even if your cards are maxed, it's still really hard, and this guy appears to have all his cards at level 13. So I'm a Fisherman here, just because I couldn't really do anything else in this situation. We just kind of had to cycle. So 2.9 guys, in double elixir, you have a pretty good edge, because you can cycle a lot quicker, but single elixir, you need to be really, really careful, because they can end up breaking through quite easily, and we're about a minute until double. So hopefully guys, if we can just keep this up, and whenever he goes in with the next bow, as long as we have a Goblin Giant in rotation, we should be fine. So yeah, 45 more seconds guys, let's just keep this up. We're not going to play anything until he plays... There we go, archers. You can't, when they go in with archers, you have to respond then, but stuff like skeletons and ice spirit, you don't have to do anything. I'm going to go in with a Goblin Giant here and get ready for a lightning. I'm actually not going to lightning, because he decided to play his Tesla in the middle, and it's not even hitting the Goblin Giant, so no point for us to lightning. I would have lightninged if he played it right next to the Expo, but since he didn't, we're just going to let it be. Let's cycle a Fisherman, other lane, because he has more damage in that lane, and we don't want him to keep Fireball cycling the left lane. Let's go with a Mega Minion. And then, now guys, we're in double elixir, so we should be fine. Sometimes this matchup can be a tie. Hopefully it isn't a tie, because 6-minute ties can be pretty boring, as you guys know, I'm sure. He decides to Fireball, so I'm actually going to go in with a Goblin Giant in front of this. And this might be a good push for us, guys. I might Lightning his Tesla. Actually, we don't need a Lightning. We can just snowball it. Hitting the skeletons as well, getting pretty nice value. I'm going to go in for a Prediction Lightning here, just because I felt like he was going to drop something. I didn't know if he was going to play an Ice Golem or Tesla, but we're going to get more damage because of that Lightning. Now we just have to watch out for his Expo, and that's what he does. He goes in with an Expo, but luckily, guys, we are back to a Goblin Giant. Now, let's just be careful. Oh, wow, I didn't mean to play that Ewiz in the back. Wow, I don't know how that happened. Maybe it was because I was, like, dragging cards or something. But yeah, I didn't mean to play that Ewiz. I meant to play it at the bridge. So that was not the correct placement at all, of course. We're going to Lightning here. And notice how I didn't hit the tower. The reason why I didn't is because we wanted to make sure that we hit the Ice Golem and the Archer. But I guess I could have hit the tower now that I think about it, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. I'm going to go in with a Goblin Giant in the back, and let's see if he plays a Expo. No, he's just setting up a Tesla. Alright, I'm going to Dark Prince, and it looks like he goes in for a defensive Expo. So I'm going to probably lightning both of those because it gets us pretty good value, and we definitely don't want him to have a defensive expo up when he goes in for another expo, or else we'll be in a lot of trouble. So it's important that you spell them down, and he decides to go in with a an expo again. So I'm going to Sparky now that his Ice Spirit's out of rotation. And hopefully, guys... wow. The expo locked on the tower. And he's just gonna BM. Wait a minute. Wow. I'm speechless. I can't scream right now because my throat hurts. Guys, I don't know what to say. Dude. I thought he was BMing us. He was giving us the win. What? Guys, I'm speechless. We're top 500 now. We didn't deserve that win. Okay, I don't know how to explain what just happened, but I guess, you know, we kind of, that was a miracle. That's all I can say. I don't know why he did that, but maybe he's like a fan of me or something, and he just wanted to give a win, but I'm not really too sure. So reversing 2.9 again, so kind of a chance to redeem ourselves. So we were able to finally reset the expo there. I don't know about you guys, but I think 2.9 is kind of running rampant right now in the meta. I think it's a little too strong. I know a lot of you guys are talking about how 2.9 might need a like a little bit of a nerf. I don't know how they would nerf it. Maybe the HP of the expo needs to be reduced just a little bit. I'm not too sure though. So I'm forced to go in with a lightning here. Pretty good lightning in my opinion because he didn't have the elixir to play anything else to support the expo. Like he didn't have enough elixir to play the knight because he went in with an expo Tesla and Ice Spirit, which is 11 elixir, and in single elixir, yeah, there's no way he was able to play a knight to support it, and yeah, we were able to finish it off. So let's just chill a little bit. We could actually cycle a Mega Minion in the back because I think we're up like half or 1 elixir or something like that. I'm going to go in with a Fisherman here. We're cycling cards now. He goes in with his Expo, so I'm going to go in with a Goblin Giant and then have Snowball ready because he might go in with, like, Skeletons. There's the Skeletons. If the Goblin Giant gets, yeah, 1 more hit, I guess that's not too bad because we could Ewiz here finishing off the remainder of the Expo. And now, guys, we're finally in double elixir, and we didn't take too much damage, so maybe we'll be fine. We'll have to see. I'm going with a Dark Prince on the archers here. And then let's Mega Minion and Goblin Giant the Expo. And I don't think there's any way now that he's going to be able to break through this, now that we have the Mega Minion down, and also we can just snowball the Expo. And yeah, he barely gets any damage. We do need to set up a Sparky, though, as soon as possible. So I'm going to go in with a Sparky here. And we still have our Dark Prince to kite for the Expo. And we have Lightning here if he decides to go in with a Tesla, but I'm not sure he's going to. Let's go in with a Mega Minion here. And then Goblin Giant. I didn't play it in front of the Sparky because I knew the Sparky was going to die. he was here, and he decides to go in with archers, and then a fireball. So let's Sparky. I feel like he's down a little bit of elixir, so we can kind of relax a little bit and hopefully set up a push and eventually break through. I'm going to Dark Prince to kind of block the Expo, so that way our Sparky isn't hit, and then Goblin Giant again to make sure we block. And now I'm in a Fisherman because I kind of want to honestly get rid of that Expo as soon as possible. Sparky does finish off the night. I'm going to set up another Sparky in the back. And he just goes in with an Expo. So I'm going to Dark Prince, Mega Minion, and then Goblin Giant. And then maybe if he plays like a Tesla or something, we could try to lightning everything. I'm not sure, guys, how this is going to end up turning out. It could just end up being a tie. I'm not too sure, though. Which, of course, is okay because neither me or him wins or loses trophies. Going with another Sparky here. He might go in with another defensive Expo. I'm not sure. No, he decides to Fireball. That was a little aggressive, so, guys, we might be able to punish him. Oh, I missed the Tesla. He gives us a sarcastic well played. It's Dark Prince here. Hopefully, guys. Shoot the archers, please, please, please. Yes, it does. But wow, guys, that missed lightning on top of his Tesla really hurt us a lot because we would have gotten some damage with the Goblin Giant had that happened. Oh wow, I'm not really sure what happened there. Let's snowball the remainder of the Expo. So guys, I don't think we can cycle 2 lightnings in time. Yeah, so let's just tie this game. We would have actually, I think if we had slightly more time, either me or him would have, like, if there was like 30 more seconds, either me or him would have won because he could have possibly Fireball cycled, or I could have gotten another lightning down. But yeah, I think he had some like lag or something there at the end. But yeah, guys, nothing wrong with the tie. Kind of annoying that we versed 2 Expo decks in a row. Like I said, I think Expo's a little too strong right now. I don't know if there's really anything that necessarily hard counters it except decks like Earthquake or something like that. But yeah, it's just so dominant in the meta right now, and I think it could use some sort of nerf, like the Expo's HP could get a small nerf in my opinion. So then that way maybe it dies to Rocket, because that's another reason why Logmate is struggling so much right now in the meta, is because of all the Expo. And if Rocket were able to kill the Expo, or if it had just slightly less HP, then that way the Rocket would be a slightly more reliable counter to the Expo. So yeah, that's what I would like to see, like a 2% HP nerf to the Expo, something like that, something very like subtle, but it will still help make it a little more balanced in my opinion. So let's play a couple more games. Hopefully, guys, we don't keep playing Expo, because Expo usually ends up being a pretty long game, and also it's not too easy to win with this deck either. Whereas, let's say I had Zap instead of the Snowball, then it would be a little easier for me, or Barbarrel instead of the Snowball. But since I have the Snowball, it doesn't get too much value against it. That's why it's a little difficult. So this guy decides to go in with a Musketeer in the back. Let's just go in with a Goblin Giant in the back, same lane. I mean, it's a little, Why? Guys, why? Just why? Again? Okay, so I'm not gonna Lightning the Expo, the defensive Expo, because by the time he gets back to another one, that one will be almost dead because it's single elixir, so he can't just cycle back to another one really, really quickly. My main goal here, though, is to get back to another Goblin Giant. So then that way, when he goes in with an Expo, we have that in rotation. Cycle Art Ewa's here. He has a Knight. So at least, guys, all three of the Expo decks we verse are a different variant. Like, this guy's using Expo Knight. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leak a little elixir here and then go in with a lightning when the Tesla pops up, because I didn't want a lightning before, because if I did, then the Tesla wouldn't have been hit by the lightning, and then he could have supported his Tesla with an Expo, and we would have been in a really bad situation. So it was okay to leak a little bit of elixir in that situation. Let's go in with a Mega Minion here. And he decides to go in with an Expo. I don't know how good that Expo was because he isn't back to a Tesla, but it might end up working out for him. I'm going to Dark Prince here, and I don't know if he has the elixir to support this Expo. It's going to get a little damage, of course, but I don't think it's going to, yeah, like, as I said, he didn't have the elixir to support it. I mean, he was able to Fireball and Ice Spirit, but honestly, that's investing quite a lot of elixir on just a Mega Minion, so I don't know if it was worth it for that little bit of damage he got. I'm going to go in with a Sparky now. He decides to go in with his Expo, so I'm going to Fisherman on top of it. And then Goblin Giant here, just to make sure that we have that Expo distracted. I'm going to have my Lightning ready in case he goes in with the Tesla. So he actually decided to place Tesla right next to the Expo, so we can just Lightning both of those for a nice trade. I'm going to Dark Prince here because I know he has Goblins, and I want that splash in case he does decide to play them. There we go, guys. That's exactly what I was talking about. Sparky is, yeah, applying a lot of pressure. Let's set up another Sparky. We again have Fisherman if he decides to go in with an Expo. He does go in with one. It's a defensive one, though, but I'm still going to play my Fisherman on top of it. And, okay, he decides to go in with a Tesla again right next to the Expo. So once again, I'm going to drop a Lightning on top of the Tesla and on top of the Expo to hopefully get our Goblin Giant to the tower. It is on the tower. It gets one hit, and then the Spear Goblins get some damage as well. Dark Prince here, and he decides to go in with an Expo again. So I'm going to Sparky. Ooh, guys, we got that Goblin Giant off just in the nick of time. Snowball here because I knew he was going to play like a Knight and probably Goblins, and I just wanted to make sure that he didn't break through. Let's go in with a Mega Minion here, Dark Prince, and then let's have our Lightning ready. And I'm not going to Lightning the tower because I want to Lightning whatever support cards he plays next to the Expo. So, guys, I don't know how this game's going to turn out. This might end up just being another tie, which is pretty frustrating. It's kind of annoying to have ties. I think that's going to be a good game, guys, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure now he can just cycle fireballs. Wow, guys, yeah, that's really unfortunate. So once you guys 3 Expos in a row, that's honestly such a shame. I'm going to probably make this a longer video after all because I don't want every single match to be Expo because that's really boring. And this really shows here that, I mean, maybe I didn't play those perfectly, but honestly, Expo's way too strong right now, and it for sure needs a nerf. Even though those were all Expo variants, I mean, just look at this. Like, this was the 2.9 variant, and then this was the same thing with Knight in it, and then this is one with, like, Musketeer. Yeah, they're slightly different variants, but the Expo's way too strong right now, and it needs, like, an HP nerf. Yeah, this is kind of getting a little crazy. The fact that I versed 3 games in a row, Expo, I mean, I don't want to redo the whole video again, to be honest, just because I'm versing so much Expo. Because I'm not feeling well, and I don't want to take the time to do that, but this is just really frustrating. I don't know why there's so much Expo right now. It's just stupid. It's weird, though, because there isn't much Expo in CRL. So I don't know why it's only the type of like thing where it's used on ladder. It's like only on ladder, right? Not really CRL. I don't know why that is, but I'm gonna go in with a fisherman here to pull the battle ram away, and he decides to go in with a fireball. So unless he were to zap the Mega Minion, we didn't have to snowball there. We didn't take any damage from his barbarians. So this is, I was going to say it's a P.E.K.K.A deck, but P.E.K.K.A Fireball is a little off meta, so I'm not really sure that this is P.E.K.K.A. But guys, you know what? I'm happy because it's something other than Expo, so that's good. We're happy about that. I'm going to go in with a snowball here. And he goes in with the bandit. So yeah, I just really think that this is P.E.K.K.A. And as I say that, he goes in with the P.E.K.K.A at the bridge. So I'm going to Goblin Giant to kite. Ooh, wow, and he went in with a Magic Archer. That was a pretty bad Magic Archer. I think he was trying to predict something, like for me to drop something here, but yeah, that was not good. Let's start Prince, Fisherman, and then we need a Mega Minion. And hopefully he doesn't get too much damage. I mean, he didn't get that much, to be honest, and also that Fisherman should be able to take care of the Magic Archer. I don't think it'll be able to activate King, though, unfortunately, because of the position it was in, but we're able to stop that pretty nicely. Let's Ewiz here, and now, guys, that we're in double elixir, we should be able to set up some Sparkies now. We just need to be very careful about his ghost. So I'm going to snowball. And then Dark Prince, and then let's go in with a Sparky, finally. We haven't played one all game. And then, yeah, if he decides to play a Battle Ram, we can just go in with a Fisherman. But he might play a P.E.K.K.A in front of the Battle Ram. No, it looks like he doesn't, so we're for sure going to Fisherman. Goblin Giant to kite. And unfortunately, that Magic Archer is locking on our tower, so we need to Ewiz to kill that pronto. Oh, wow, guys, look at this value lightning. We're going to be able to hit the Ghost, we're going to be able to hit the Magic Archer, and we're going to be able to hit the tower, so we're going to end up taking the damage lead. Dark Prince here on top of this Ewiz to defend, and then let's Fisherman. Fisherman isn't the best counter to the Bandit, but I feel like we don't have a choice. I'm even going to Snowball to cycle, and then also make sure that the 2 Ghosts hitting it together wouldn't end up killing it, because I didn't want that Ghost to get any damage on my tower at all. I'm going to Ewiz here in the other lane. It'll still stun it, but I'm going to Mega Minion as well, just because the Ewiz might run off into the other lane. There we go, right as I said that. And he decides to P.E.K.K.A at the bridge, so let's go in with a Goblin Giant here. Hopefully the splash does end up hitting the Bandit as well, and it does. He decides to play Ghost, so let's Ewiz here. And the Goblin Giant's going to get some damage on his tower, so I'm pretty happy about that, because now we're basically 2 lightnings away from the win. Let's be careful about this Ghost, though. It might end up splashing. Ooh, guys, that... Alright, I'm going to Lightning here, guys. This is a little risky, but this is going to force out another response. That's a good game, guys. I honestly think we could have won that if we weren't so aggressive with the Lightning there at the end. Let's go to another game. As I said, guys, I don't really feel like redoing this video. I mean, just because I'm not feeling well, and I still think we played every game pretty well, in my opinion. We just kind of had some kind of tough games. Like, for example, that last game for sure wasn't that bad of a matchup, but we got a little greedy there at the end, and I also feel like we let that Magic Archer get too much damage. Stuff like that is what ended up costing the game for us. But yeah, I'm still happy it was something other than Expo. That's good at least, but yeah, let's try to win this game. So then that way at least we have 2 wins in this video and 2 losses, so then that way it's even. So we're going to wait for him because as I said, we have a pretty expensive deck, and we don't really want to make this starting move. So he goes in with Dark Prince, so we can just go in with our Fisherman. We don't want to make sure to play it, like, too far back, because then it would pull the Dark Prince, and then it would end up splashing on our tower, so we want to make sure it's a little higher up. I'm in a Mega Minion. So, okay, so he's using a Golem deck, so we want to Sparky same lane. And then we're going to want to make sure we have our Lightning ready in case he's using E-Drag, because a lot of people use Golem E-Drag. But yeah, we'll have to see if that's the variant he's running. And now that we don't have our Fisherman in rotation, we're going to have to be careful making sure we defend this Golem properly. And he's going to have Lightning. So that means he probably doesn't have the E-Drag, which means our Lightning is going to get a little less value this game than I thought it was going to. So what we need to do is next time he goes in with a Golem, we can go in with a Goblin Giant Mega Minion opposite lane to apply pressure. It's Mega Minion this Bar Barrel though, because I don't want it to get 2 hits on my tower. Now that we have our Mega Minion out of rotation, we need to go in with a Goblin Giant Dark Prince if he goes in with a Golem in the back. But it looks like he just goes in with a Dark Prince, so I'm going to Fisherman, and then if he goes in with a Golem, I'm going to go in with a Goblin Giant Dark Prince other lane. I'm still going to Dark Prince other lane. Goes in with a Baby Dragon. I'm actually going to Goblin Giant, guys. This is a little aggressive, but we have our Lightning in rotation. And there we go, guys. We're going to get a nice Lightning there, hitting the Lumberjack, hitting the Baby Dragon, and hitting the tower, forcing a huge response out of him. And our Goblin Giant's able to get a lot of damage. And yeah, even though that was pretty aggressive, this is what you sometimes have to do when you verse Golem. You have to apply a lot of pressure. So then that way, they don't just overwhelm you and you can... I'm going to Dark Prince. And he's just going to Baby Dragon again. So I'm actually going to do the same thing, going with a Goblin Giant, and then I'm going to Lightning again. Oh wow, so he goes in with a Golem. I'm going to Sparky. Ah, so he has the NATO, okay. The Mega Minion, so it's outside of Lightning range. Let's Dark Prince, keep the pressure up. The game's about even right now, he has a small lead. Let's go in with a Lightning here. That's going to kill the Dark Prince. And now, guys, our Ewis is going to connect. Dark Prince is on the tower. Ewis gets another hit. That's going to be a good game, guys. Honestly, we didn't use our Fisherman much that game, but even without the help of the Fisherman, this matchup isn't too bad, Golem Lightning, whereas a lot of people, you know, say, like, Golem Lightning is one of the hardest things to beat, but honestly, it's all about applying pressure. You don't necessarily need to have a Sparky supporting the Goblin Giant. That's the beauty of the Goblin Giant. Because it is a win condition, you can actually just go with it at the bridge and double elixir and pressure the Golem player like I did. And yeah, it's all about spacing stuff out. You never want to give them a value Lightning. That's why when he went with his last Golem push, I was really careful about where I played my Mega Minion, and I didn't go in with an Ewis until he dropped his Lightning, because I didn't want to give him that value. So I could go in for one more game, guys, and then we could call it a video there. It looks like it'll end up being a longer video after all. I didn't want it to be, but because we versed 3 Expos in the beginning of the video, that's kind of how this has to happen. Because, yeah, Expo always is like, it's always like a longer game. And yeah, that's another reason why it's pretty annoying. I feel like I feel like Expo isn't good for the game because it kind of slows the flow of the game, you know what I'm saying? It just results in lots of ties and stuff, and yeah, yeah, I think something should be done about it in the next balance changes, but we'll see what happens. So he has Bar Barrel, and oh wow, so he's using a Golem deck as well. So in this situation, guys, we're not going to rush the other lane because we don't know the Golem deck he's running yet. If he's using Golem E-Drag and he doesn't have Lightning, then we want to go with Sparky, same lane as the Golem, because we get really good value. Lightning is on top of it, but it looks like since he has the Night Witch, he isn't using Golem E-Drag. But let's go ahead and Lightning here, guys. We're getting a really nice value Lightning, and then we can Snowball on top of the Baby Dragon and the Bats. Look at that, guys. We stopped that really, really easily. I might go in with a Goblin Giant here. It might be a little aggressive, but that way, guys, it's going to force out something from him. And look at that, guys. That was a really nice catch there. Like, the Mega Minion ended up not hitting the Sparky. So, yeah, he was able to stop that really well, and he only spent 5 Elixir on our 6 Elixir Goblin Giant. But I would say that still worked out for us, because we were up Elixir at the time, and that way it kind of made his cycle a little awkward. So, I'm just going to go with the Dark Prince in the back. And now we're in double Elixir, so we need to be careful because, yeah, he's using Golem deck, and Golem shines usually in double Elixir. But we have a pretty expensive deck too, so maybe we're not necessarily maybe we don't need to worry too much. But like I said, we don't know what his spell is, and I'm really worried that he has lightning, which would be really bad. Let's go in with the lightning here, though, on top of his Golem, on top of his Mega Minion, and on top of his Baby Dragon. So it looks like, guys, he does have the lightning. Really valuable Sparky shot there, hitting the Barbarian Barrel and finishing off the Golem. And now, guys, after he went in with that lightning there, I feel like maybe he's pretty low on Elixir, so I'm going to go in with a Goblin Giant here, applying pressure. Let's go in with an E-Wiz. And then let's lightning all this. Snowball on top of those bats. Yeah, wow. That's going to be a good game, guys. So I'm going to play one more because we need to end on a win and at least keep the ratio even, because I don't want to really have a video where I have more losses than wins. And I felt like that game I didn't play the best. I didn't use my Fisherman at all much that game. There wasn't really a situation where I felt like I could use it, to be honest, because I was worried that if I used it to activate King, he could have gone on reversing 2.9 again. This needs to stop. Alright, guys, let's really focus this one and try to win it, so then that way we can redeem ourselves. And then this would be a perfect place to end if we can end up winning this, this game. So let's go in with a Snowball here. And he goes in with Ice Spirit Skeleton, so we're going to hold off a little bit. Now let's Dark Prince, and then let's have our Goblin Giant ready in case he goes in for an Expo. Okay, so interesting. He goes in with a really, really high Tesla. So I'm pretty sure that doesn't even distract the Goblin Giant if I were to go in for one, but I don't know if it's safe to do that. I might do it anyways, guys, because I know it's not going to pull the Goblin Giant. And he went in with a log and a fireball there. So the log pushed the Goblin Giant, so then it ended up going in for... Or it ended up hitting the Tesla. So he played that pretty well. Let's Mega Minion in the back here. Goes in with a Expo. So I'm going to Sparky here. Look at that, guys. That's going to end up working out. So that's why, guys, it's always good to go in with a... Sparky on top of their Expo if you don't have a Goblin Giant in rotation, because if they don't have an Ice Spirit in rotation, they're not able to reset the Sparky, which means you're able to kill the Expo pretty easily like I did there. Let's go with the Fisherman. He goes in with an Expo, so I'm going to go in with a Goblin Giant and have my Lightning ready for his Tesla, which he played. So in this situation, guys, I am going to hit his tower because I know we're going to be able to kill the the Expo pretty easily. And I didn't need to worry about the support card, the Ice Golem. It was more important in that situation to hit the tower. Let's get the Mega Minion here. And he's going to set up Archers, so that means, yeah, he's going in with an Expo. So I'm going to Dark Prince. He was on top of the Archers, and then send in a Goblin Giant, so then that way we're able to take care of this Expo. And guys, this game is going pretty well. Honestly, I think we're really taking care of his Expos really easily. And look at that, guys. We're able to get a Mega Minion lock on the tower. I'm going to Snowball as well, get some extra damage, and Snowball doesn't really get any value in this matchup, so we don't need to worry about, like, it hitting... Oh, wow, guys, look at that. It's going to splash and hit the archers. So, yeah, we're in a really situation this game, guys. I felt like we've been playing this match a lot better than we played the other Expo matches. I'm going to go in with a Goblin Giant at the bridge here, and then have my Lightning ready, and if he decides to go in with a Tesla, I'm going to Lightning it, even though he has the Expo down, because I think, guys, he's not going to be able to stop this, and even if he does end up stopping it, we have our tower at full health, so there's no way, I don't think, that the Expo is going to end up being able to, like, take our tower, and look at that Fisherman there to clean up the rest of the Expo. And now, guys, we just need to get 2 more Lightnings on top of his, left tower, and then we win the game. So look at that, guys. He played a Tesla all the way over there, so it's not even going to hit the Goblin Giant, so there's no need for us to go in with a Lightning on top of it. I'm going to Lightning here, guys, because I think, to be honest, we can cycle 2 Lightnings before he takes our tower. Look at that. That's 1 card. That's 2 cards. That's 3 cards. And then Mega Minion, and then Lightning, and that is going to be a good game. And unless he Lightning blocks, then we do win. I don't think he can Lightning block, but I'm going to Lightning here in the corner where it takes up the least space. And that is going to be a good game, guys. So we do, finally, guys, end up redeeming ourselves from all this Expo. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I probably wasn't playing perfectly because I wasn't feeling well, and I'm sorry about all the Expo matches, guys. To be honest, though, 2.9 is everywhere in the meta, so it's not that surprising we versed it all the time, although it is a little crazy that we versed it 3 times in a row. That's a little nuts in my opinion. Yeah, like, that's just absolutely insane. Because, yeah, and actually, we were getting a lot more variety before I started recording. That's what's kind of unfortunate, guys. Like, if we look here, yeah, look here. Before I started recording, we got, like, a lot more variety, so it's unfortunate we didn't get that variety as I was recording today. But, yeah, guys, this is what sometimes happens on ladder. You just get, like, the same kind of matchup sometimes. But, yeah, I'll be sure to make another Sparky video again. Just let me know what video you guys want to see next. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna end, hopefully next video I'll be feeling a little better, so I talk in my, like, yeah, normal voice, and then also maybe I'm playing a little better, although I still think I played pretty well, but maybe I was slightly playing a little worse. But yeah, guys, thanks again. Until next time, make sure to like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and just, yeah, let me know what decks you want to see next, guys. Bye.